Assalamu alaikum class 6. How are you all? Wish you all a very good day. Alright class, you know that we are doing our tenses, grammar, and we are doing present continuous tense. This is our 43rd lecture and we are on a third part of present continuous tense. You know that we have done our present continuous positive sentences as well as our negative sentences. Today we are going to focus on the interrogative sentences, right? Present continuous interrogative sentences. But before learning about interrogative form, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned. Alright? Okay, so what is present continuous tense? You know, a continuous tense is also called a progressive tense, right? So, present continuous or a present progressive, it is that tense which expresses a situation which is happening right now. Before speaking, during, and after the moment of speaking, right? It is happening at that time, right? But we are going to learn interrogative. So, when expressed in its interrogative form, it is used to form questions about something that is happening now. The present continuous tense, right? It is talking about something which is happening now, before, during, and after the moment of speaking, right? And if you are talking about interrogative, then it is used to make questions about something which is happening right now. Now, let's first find out the form. What is the structure of interrogative tense? The present continuous in its interrogative form has this structure. Okay, class, I told you what is to be. To be is the auxiliary verb is, am, are, was, were, right? Yes, I told you that is, am, are, was, were can also be used as main verb only if when the main verb is absent in the absence of main verb, like she is pretty. So there is no main verb, so is going to become main verb here. But other than that, is, am, are, was, were, they are called auxiliary verbs, right? And they are called to be form of verbs, right? They are to be verbs, right? But since we are only talking about present tense, in present tense, we use is, am, and are, right? Was and were are the past tense of is, am, and are, alright? So the present tense to be verbs are is, am, are, right? So the structure is to be subject, which can be he, she, it, I, you, we, they, Sarah and Ali, right? And then verb plus ing because it is continuous. Remember, dear, with continuous you add ing, right? Because when you add ing, it is still happening, right? So, plus there is a dot, it means object, okay? To be, which is, am, are, subject, and verb I with ing, walk, walking, go, going, look, looking, plus object, right? Alright, now look at these examples. Am I working? Are you working? Is he working? Is she working? Is it working? Are we working? Are you working? Are they working? I told you in my previous lecture that you is used twice because it can be used as singular as well as for plural, right? Ali, you please listen to me. Ali is a singular. Here you is singular. You both get up or all of you stand up. Here I am talking about plural. Now, did you notice that if there is I, you use the verb am, auxiliary verb am. With you, we use are. He, she, it, and third singular noun, we use is. And with plural, we, you, they, and any plural, we use are, right? Now, let's talk about interrogative. And When do we use the interrogative? Actions happening at the moment of speaking. Interrogative questions can be about those actions which are happening right now at that moment when someone is speaking. Am I eating an apple? So am I eating an apple right now when I am speaking? Is she watching TV at the moment right now at that time? Am I using the dictionary correctly? So all these things are happening at that moment, at that exact moment when someone is saying something, right? When these questions are asked. Actions that are planned for the future. So we can also use interrogative sentences when we are planning for the future. Am I fixing the shelves tonight? So, am I fixing the shelves tonight? Means that am I going to fix them tonight? That later on, tonight, okay, it is morning, but I am saying, am I fixing them tonight? So, am I going to fix them later in the future at night? So, I am planning for the future. Am I fixing the shelves tonight? Is he buying a computer at the weekend? It is, like Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Your weekends are Saturday and Sunday, right? So it can be Monday. I am saying that is he buying the computer at the weekend? So it's Monday, but he is going to buy the computer on, Sunday or Saturday, after at the weekend. If it can be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but he is buying the computer on Saturday or Sunday. So I am talking about the future, something which is has yet to come, which has not come yet. All right. So, is he buying a computer at the weekend? Are we repeating the class next week? Next week is the week which is about to come, which has not come yet. Are we repeating the class next week? It can also be used for changes and tendencies. You know, changes are something which is changing. It can someone can be a person who is maybe weak. He is getting better in his studies, right? He is improving or he is becoming weaker, or a person who is was sad but now he is becoming happy and happier, right? And tendency, it's like I tend to feel happy, I tend to feel sad, when I'm watching a movie, or I'm okay, I'm getting happier and happier is a tendency, right? All right. So we're talking about changes and tendencies. So things that are improving, or there are changes. I'm becoming worse. Bad. The second form of bad is worse, right? Am I becoming worse or am I becoming better? Good, better, best, right? So changes are coming. Am I getting happier and happier? It's a tendency. Or am I getting sadder and sadder? Or am I getting angrier and angrier? Right? Am I becoming better at sitting exams? So I was not good in it, but then I became a little, I became a little better, and now I'm becoming better and better, right? Or I am just becoming better at sitting exams. I was weak, but now I am becoming better. Am I becoming better at sitting exams? Is the teacher improving her classes? So she is improving. There are changes coming. Now, consistency of the events. Consistency means that something which keeps on happening, which remains the same. There is no change. Okay, it's a continuous process. All right. Consistency means something which is happening. It can be a regular at regular time, or it is continuously happening. There is no change in it. There is no change. All right. So let's look at the examples. Why am I always doing homework? So he is always doing homework. Is the student asking questions repeatedly? So continuously, right? Am I always photocopying worksheets for you? So something that is happening often. There is a consistency to it. Always, sometimes I go out. There's also consistency in that as well. Temporary activities which are not permanent, they are just for a short while. All right, such activities which are not permanent, which are not there for a long time, just for a short time, It's called temporary, alright? Temporary activities. Is he looking for the map? He is looking for the map right now, but after some time he will not be looking for the map. Am I buying some pens? So I am buying some pens for, I'm for maybe 5 minutes. I'm going to buy them for, just some, it's a temporary activity. I've gone to the shop and I am buying pens. I will not stay there for, the whole day, for the whole week, right? Just temporarily, all right? Are the classmates working in groups for a short period of time, all right? So these are, all right, class. I want to share something. Look at the actions. Now look at the statements. Am I eating an apple? You know that with I, we always use am. If you make it positive, it is I am eating, right? But in interrogative, what you have learned that when we are talking about interrogative, did you notice that am I eating? Is she watching? So the auxiliary verb am and is, they have come before the subject. You know that when we are talking about positive sentences, right? Positive or simple sentences, we say I am eating an apple. Subject and then auxiliary verb am, and then first form of verb ing. I am eating. She is watching, right? Subject and then the auxiliary verb. But we are talking about, or they are also called to be verbs, right? So but we are talking about interrogative sentences. So when you are making any sentence into interrogative sentence, what do? You always and always write the auxiliary verb, the to be verb, before the subject, right? Always write the auxiliary verb is, am, are before the subject, right? Am I eating an apple? Is she watching TV? Am I using the dictionary, right? Look at these examples. Am I getting happier? Am I becoming better? So, or is the teacher improving? So you just saw that the auxiliary verbs, the to be verbs, which are is, am, are in interrogative form, they come before the subject. All right. Now look at this question: inconsistency of the events. Why am I always doing homework? If there are WH questions like why, what, which, where, when, right? WH questions, if you are adding the WH questions, which are why, when, where, what, which, they come before the auxiliary verb is, am, are, right? You add them before the auxiliary verb is, am, are, and then you make the question. If there was no why, it would still be a question: am I always doing homework? Right? Then you are asking someone that am I always doing homework? But if you add the WH question, why, then you are asking why am I always doing my homework? Why? The reason for it, right? All right. Now use. So when do we use them? We use present continuous in its interrogative form. We use present continuous interrogative questions to ask about actions. You just learned all this. I am just revising. It's a recap, all right? Actions happening at the moment of speaking, or if you are planning for the future, changes and tendencies, right? And temporary activities, right? Which will finish soon in a short while. Now let's just have a quick summary of what we have learned. The present continuous in the interrogative form. It is used to ask about situations which are going around the moment of speaking. They can start from the past, but they are still continuing, right? They are still going on. And when we use the present continuous in its interrogative form, we start with the verb to be. Verb to be are auxiliary verbs is, am, are. Right? The auxiliary verbs which are called verb to be, they are, come on, tell me, is, am, are. We start the question with auxiliary verbs, right? Or they are also called to be verb. So we start with the verb to be, and then we add subject, and then a verb which is the first form of verb with ing, right? And then at the end of the question we always add a question mark, right? Look at the examples. All right, class. Now I would like you to look at this the slide. We have done all three forms of present continuous tense now. We have done the positive form, which is called assertive, or assertive, positive, or they are called the affirmative statements or affirmative sentences. And we have done the negative, and today we have done interrogative. Now let's look at these sentences. Affirmative: I am working, you are working, he, she, it is playing, we, you, they are reading. So we use am with I, and we use is with third person singular. It can be a noun or pronoun. We use is, he, she, it, right? And we use are with you and all the plural. I, you, we, they, and plural, right? So the formation is subject, auxiliary verb is am, are, and then first form of verb with ing, right? And negative is subject, he, she, it, they, you, we, with auxiliary verb is am, are, and then negative is not, am not, are not, and then first form of verb with ing, right? I am not working, you are not working, he, she, it is, she is not painting, it is not barking, we, you, they are not listening. So the structure is subject, I, you, we, they, he, she, it, with the auxiliary is am, are, and not. We always add not with the auxiliary is not, am not, are not, right? And then first form of verb ing. And now we are going to do the interrogative. I told you, dear, when we are talking about interrogative, all you have to do is take the auxiliary or the verb to be, which is, am, are, just take it and put it before the subject, right? Just take the auxiliary or the verb to be, they are both the same thing. Auxiliary or verb to be, they are is, am, are. Just take them and put them before the subject in interrogative, right? And then there is subject and first form of verb ing. Am I running? Are you running? Is he cutting? Is she cutting? Is it barking? Are we, you, they living? Alright, class, before moving on to our homework for today, I would like to share a video with you. In fact, I would like to share two videos with you. One is, which I just explained, that where do we use present continuous? We use it when we are talking about something which is happening at that moment. It can have started in the past, but it is still happening, right? And when we are planning for the future, it can be a temporary activity. I am saving money to buy a car, right? Or it can be a temporary or changes and tendencies. I'm getting happier, I am getting sadder. Am I getting happier? Am I getting sadder? Or it can be changes. He is getting better. He is improving. He is becoming a better singer, becoming a better writer, right? All right. um, and also for changes, for and also for consistency, something that happens again and again, that often happens, that always happens, or that regularly happens, right? All right, so let's first watch a video, and then we are going to move on to our homework, right? But before showing you the video, I would like to give you these example sentences. Is it working now? Is he studying? Is she singing? Is the bus moving? See, it, he, she, bus, the girl, the plumber, the actor, the teacher, the mother, the son, the child, the girl, they are all third person singular. So we have used is. Are they coming? Are we having dinner? Are they and we? It is plural with you and all the plural, which is we, they, and any plural nouns we use are. Right? Am I going with you? When with I we always use am. Are you missing him? Are the children playing cricket? So you is singular, the children is plural. We use are with you singular and plural and all the plural, right? All right, now I would like to share a video with you.
Now, let's check the examples. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Are we running out of time? Are we running out of time? Where are you going? Wait for me, I'll be ready in a minute. Where are you going? Wait for me, I'll be ready in a minute. Is she watching a horror movie right now? Is she watching a horror movie right now? Which one of them is winning? I can't see clearly. Which one of them is winning? I can't see clearly. Why is she screaming at him? Why is she screaming at him? Are you cleaning your room? Are you cleaning your room? Is Jake coming with us to the party? Is Jake coming with us to the party? What are they eating, Mom? What are they eating, Mom? Is he taking his pills? Is he taking his pills? You look nervous. Are your hands shaking? You look nervous. Are your hands shaking? Why is he calling his mom? Why is he calling his mom?
Alright class, we have already discussed this. It's just a recap. I want to show you this video as a recap of what we have already learned.
Today, we are going to talk about present continuous tense and make some sentences. The present continuous tense is formed from the present tense of the verb be and the present participle, ing form, of a verb. This is the basic positive sentence form.
Look at the form of work, the basic positive sentences, right? Affirmative, positive. They are, subject, verb to be, which is auxiliary verb, is, am, are, and then first form of verb, ing. I am, verb, ing. He, she is, verb, ing. You, we, they are, first form of verb, ing, right?
The present continuous. We will see the examples in this video. We use the present continuous tense to talk about something that is happening at the moment of speaking. We use the present continuous tense to describe a temporary event or situation. We frequently use the present continuous to speak about planned future actions. We use the present continuous with always, constantly, to describe and emphasize a continuing series of repeated actions. .ev. The present continuous.
When do we use the present continuous? 1.
To describe something happening right now. The teacher is trying to teach the class. is driving to work. Helen and Kate are talking.
She was like, oh my god. I know, it's like so hilarious.
2.
Something we think to be temporary.
John is working from the London office for 6 months.
6 months is a temporary period of time.
Louis and Juliet are living abroad for the summer.
The summer is another temporary period of time.
Craig is saving money to buy a new house.
Greg is saving money for a temporary period of time.
So class, in this video, what have you learned about temporary? A temporary period of time can be for a few minutes, for 5 minutes, for an hour, for a short time. It's a short time, right? It's not a permanent. It's not for a long time, right? Like you're planning for, maybe you're planning to buy a house, you are saving money to buy a car, right? Or you are working, for example, you can say, I have summer vacation, so I am going to work in my vacation. I am working in my summer break. So this is for temporary, right? A temporary period of time is for a short period of time.
3.
Something that happens again and again.
Mary is always complaining.
We use the word always to emphasize that the action happens again and again.
Over here, something which is happening again and again or continuously happening, we are talking about consistency, right? Talking about consistency.
Jessica is always working. Annabella is always going on holiday.
Cheers.
Alright class, so this video have showed you that when do we use the continuous present continuous form, right? Alright class, I hope that this video was helpful for you. Now let's move on to our next to our homework and our the work for today. Alright class, so let's move on to our homework for today. So what you are going to do today is that you are going to change the following statements which are in present continuous positive. Alright, they are in positive. You are going to change them into interrogative continuous, right? These are present continuous sentences, but they are in the positive form. You are going to change them into interrogative, and I have to explain the structure with you. So the structure of interrogative is also mentioned here. To be, which is called auxiliary, is am, are, then subject, then verb, first form of verb with ing, and if you want to add anything, and then question, right? And always add a question mark. I have done one as a sample for you. Look at this. I am drinking milk. So I is subject and then auxiliary, then first form of verb with ing, right? And object. When we are changing it into interrogative, always put the to be or auxiliary verb before the subject, right? I am will become am I, right? Am I drinking milk? The bus is moving. Which is the auxiliary verb here? Is will come before the subject, which is the bus. Is the bus moving, right? So you are going to just take the auxiliaries and put them before the subject when you are writing in interrogative form. That is all you have to do. Take the auxiliary, which is, am, are, and put it before the subject. Subject is the person or thing which is doing the action. I, you, we, they, he, she, it, right? Ali, Sarah, Ahmed. Alright. Number 2, the bus is moving. 3, the birds are singing. 4, Mohit is writing a letter. 5, I am riding a bike. 6, Ali and Ahmed are sleeping. 7, she is doing her homework. 8, the dog is barking. 9, you are troubling me. 10, the children are playing. Alright, class, please remember you have to do it on your notebook. Write the grammar, tenses, present continuous tense, write the question and write the structure and then of interrogative and then start writing. Alright, first you will write one statement, then change it into interrogative, then come to the second statement like I have done and then change it into interrogative, right? Now I have told you, I will tell you again, all you have to do to change a statement into interrogative, you just take the auxiliary which is, am, are, and you put it before the subject, right? The auxiliary in number 2 is, number 3 are, 4 is, 5 am, 6 are, 7 is, 8 is, 9 are, 10 are. Alright class, this is your homework for today. Wish you all the very best. Allah.